In this video, I'm going to talk about Forgetting Carb by Ebbinghaus. In this video, I'm going to talk about Forgetting Carb by Ebbinghaus, a psychologist. I think you may have heard of this terminology, or you might know this, but you've never heard of this terminology, the name of terminology. But it's about how our process of forgetting, and also how we memorize and have a long-term memory. In this video, I'm going to talk about what the Forgetting Carb by Ebbinghaus is all about, and also my own comment about forgetting and memory. And also, lastly, I'm going to share with you my own approach, my own way of memorizing. So first of all, what is Forgetting Carb by Ebbinghaus? So Ebbinghaus is the name of the person who coined this terminology. Not terminology, but who conducted the experience of to study about the process of forgetting and also long-term memory. He was a German psychologist, and he conducted the experience where people were asked to memorize and remember nonsense alphabets order, and research about how long they remembered the nonsense alphabetical orders, and at what point people started to forget the alphabets. And he found out that we do forget them, especially like in 20 minutes or half hours. According to the research, in 20 minutes or half minutes, 40%, more than 40% of people actually forget the alphabetical orders. And if the time goes by, as the time goes by, the ratio and the portion of forgetting is increasing. But when they revise again, the period of memorizing the alphabets become longer. So what it means is we do forget things all the time, especially me. But after forgetting, if we revise and repeat what we've forgotten, our memory actually gets stronger and remember the thing or information for a longer period than before. So it emphasizes the importance, the process of forgetting, and also the importance of revising and repeating. And here is my own thought or opinion. I think everyone has different approach and style of memorizing and remembering, right? For example, some people might have, I'm like a very ordinary person. I forget things all the time, but there are some people which I really envy. Some people have like a photo memory. When they see something, they can remember the things or vocabularies or anything, like, visual information for a longer period, like a picture, like a photo. Or there are some other people who have it's in Japanese it's called kyokankaku, synesthesia. It's like some kind of I don't know, it's like an ability or talent, or I don't know, but there are some people who for example, when they see something, they can also sense the smell. Or when they taste something, they somehow hear something. Our how to say, the senses that we have the 5 senses, right? One sense is somehow connected to the other sense, and in that case, they have longer and stronger memory, because they are using, you know, several senses to remember and memorize things. But they are kind of exceptional cases, you know. For an ordinary people like me, I keep forgetting. So what I want to say is we do forget in most of the cases, but what is important is to revise, keep revising, keep repeating what we forget in order to have a stronger and a longer memory. So what can we do in order to memorize and remember more efficiently? Here are 3 tips, not tips, but the things that I do in order to memorize. The first one is using my memo. This is a memo that I quite often talk about in other videos as well. This is a memo that I actually started to use when I was around 12 or 13 years old. For example, currently I'm focusing on Chinese. So, for example, this one. Do you see that? You see Chinese on here? I'm focusing on Chinese. So when I read news in Chinese, and when I see new words or vocabularies that I forget, I take memos here. And when I have time, like before I sleep, I revise them, repeat them. So this is some kind of my so-called like routine before I sleep. And also I take a memo on the information or data that I am kind of interested in and that I want to remember, like the population of A country or economic growth of B country and stuff. I do that because I'm kind of curious about, but I do forget them. So in that case, I take a memo in my memo. I take a memo in my notebook. The second thing that I do as a routine is read news. This is also something that I talk about all the time in other videos, but news are very interesting because when they talk about, you know, one topic can be written by various media in different ways, but since the main topic is the same, for example, you know, let's say elections conducted in one country, and other media from various countries write about the elections. We do know the content, right? You know, elections were conducted in that country, blah blah blah. But according to media, depending on media, how they use the vocabularies and structures are kind of different, but at the same time similar. So when you just keep reading the same topic in different news articles, more or less you get familiar with the similar vocabularies and similar grammatical rules and stuff. And since you know the content of the news article, it's very easier to read than reading a completely new topic. So reading news is something that I kind of didn't like reading news, but reading news is something that become my routine, and I don't know, it's recently just getting fun for me to read the news. It's like fun to get the new information, and also I can also practice my languages. So, and the third thing that I do is to have the thoughts that I can forget. It's like it's okay to forget. This is the, how to say, stance that I have in order to kind of, you know what, I remember I take memos on such a vocabulary or information that I'm only curious about, only interested in. If not so, I don't just, you know, I just miss them, ignore them. So what I do is, you know, it's fine to forget, but at the same time, if I want to remember, if it's necessary to memorize, I try to memorize them. So this kind of, I have this kind of stance. And interestingly, our brain is very smart, even though I didn't try to memorize something, somehow my brain subconsciously memorize the thing, and when I see the, for example, the vocabulary that I ignored before, when I saw them, somehow I have a feeling that I like this one, somehow very familiar with me. So because thanks to my brain, you know. So having this stance, kind of, it makes me feel more relaxed. Like I can forget them. I don't need to remember everything that I see or something, right? It kind of helps me to have like constant sustainable learning routine. So yeah, in this video I talked about the Forgetting Curve by Ebbinghaus and my own comments, and also I shared with you guys about my own memorizing approaches. And if you have any advice, or if you want to share any approaches to memorize, please leave them in the commentary. And that's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. またね。